Your Lovin' by ZZ Top.
Gimme All Your Lovin' by ZZ Top on Amazon Music.
Good morning, everybody. I'm trying to find my tripod right now, so give me a minute, please. Why did the music end? Weirdo. Alexa, off. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I'm feeling a little froggy today. Not gonna lie. I am about to embark on doing one of the worst jobs that you can do in a house, which is grouting tile. I hate it. It's the worst. But it has to get done. It's warm and humid here, which is strike two because I cannot stand hot, humid weather, and it's not even that hot. So I'm a little angry with that. I'm Italian, so none of us like hot weather, really, unless I guess you live in Italy and you're used to it. But overall, yeah, I'm feeling a little froggy. Now, with that being said, at the same time, it's like a war. It's like a battle in my head. Why, you ask? Because I have been trying to stay out of the fray. I've been taking care of myself, eating better, doing all the things. Start meditating. Really trying to find where I am, where my center is. And I found it, and I've been very happy. I've been very peaceful. And as I say, every time I think I'm out of there, they pull me back. But a wise person told me that even monks get pissed off occasionally. So I think it's okay to go a little sideways. Talk about things that I'm hearing about, because let me tell you something. When I'm live, I'm live. When I'm off of TikTok, I don't watch lives. I don't. I don't watch them on YouTube, the reruns. I don't. The information that I get from people are screenshots that I see. I get little audio clips of what people are saying. And, again, I would like to thank all the people that kind of keep me informed on what's going on. And let me tell you something. There are a lot of people. I get DMs on TikTok. I get messages in Discord. I see things in Discord. I get things emailed to me. And, I have a pretty good idea of what's going on and what's being said. And there's a couple things I'd like to talk about today. If somebody that I know, and I've known for a long time on this app, and I know who they are off this app. And I know the real person that they are. Not the TikTok person that people see. But I see the other side. If anybody that I know like that is getting spoken on and it's wrong, and what they're saying is lies, I will go down with the fucking ship. I will go down with a fucking ship sticking up for them. And at that point, if I decide that I got my point across, everybody can go F themselves, and I've had enough, I can walk away from this. I am absolutely gobsmacked with the way there are some groups of people on this app going after Florida man's ex. And let me tell you why. These are the same people who always say, side with the victim, side with the victim. Now, there are many ways that you can be a victim in life. Many people in here are victims of horrible things. There are people that claim to be victims of horrible things. No name necessary there. And then there are people are the perpetrators, based on police reports that you can read, that I have read, and don't admit to it and say that somebody's lying. If people remember when Florida man's ex came into my life, and I've heard it all. I've heard people are saying, oh, it was planned. Oh, Scammy reached out to her and invited her in, and she's playing it all. Oh, fuck you all. Fuck you all. When she came into my live, I didn't know who she was. And when she said who she was in the chat and Scam saw it, I was skeptical. Because I had no clue who the person was. And when I invited her up to the box, I had my finger on the drop button because I didn't know who it was. So then she told us a little bit about Florida man, about her experience with him. And under the circumstances, she's a much better person than I was, because I would have absolutely gone ballistic. And why would I have gone ballistic? Because of what I knew about him and what he's done. But she didn't. She put out some truths about him. She could have put out a lot more. She didn't. And she actually praised him in a couple areas. But let's talk about the truth that was put out about him. And this is the same person, mind you, that there are still people on this app that will ride hard for him, which is, I mean, I don't even have the words for it. It just absolutely dumbfounds me that these people will still stand 10 toes for him. Let's not even talk about his past criminal records. We all know his criminal history. And we all know what he is incarcerated for right now. But that alone doesn't bother these people. They're okay with all that. But what do we find out? We find out that Mike was a good father to his 2 biological kids, but not so nice to the other 2 young kids that were in the house. But that's okay with them, right? That's okay. Nobody's talked about that, right? Then Mike just up and leaves in 2019, 2020, 2019. Up and leaves. Without a word. But that's okay with them. Mike doesn't send any bit of help financially, knowing that his ex is raising 4 kids, 2 of which are his, and doesn't help at all financially. But that's okay with him, with them. Then we find out, based on what his ex told us, that indeed there were allegations about him regarding a child. But that's okay with them. Then we find out the real reason why he left. And according to his ex, allegedly, there were some charges that were about to come out about him. And he had to leave the state of Florida. But again, that's okay with them. Do you see a pattern here? And then I heard a clip, saw a clip, where his ex said that he helped a pedo. And he helped this pedo, allegedly, by getting rid of evidence regarding an incident, but that's okay with them. Can we talk about moving the goalposts much? I love how there is... Oh, great. Already we have people in here. Here, I invited you up, random. Let's go. Come on up. You've got 5 seconds to come up here. That's all I'm going to say. And you're blocked already. Good. So, as I was saying, talk about moving the goalposts. So I understand it. There is a movable line when it comes to him and all the shit that he's done. Okay. I saw a document that his ex showed that back in 2023, she was trying to get child support, but they couldn't find him. Now, remember, he lied to all of his saying that he had seen his kids on Father's Day. And he was pissed because CPS had made visits to his kids because of him. That was a lie, according to his ex. So I want to know, hold on a minute, FedEx is here. So my question is this. What does he have to do for these bohunks to see what everybody else sees? Are they giving him a free pass because, oh, when they needed to talk to somebody, he called them? Oh, when they were going through a hard time, he texted them to make sure they were okay. I mean, that's what I want to know. What does he have to do? Is it he has to do something to them? Like he did to a lot of us? Is that what it takes for these morons to see the person he is? Because they have gone after people for less. And then the coup de grace this morning. I heard our friend Snarky crawled out of the swamp and made an appearance. More like a cicada, actually. She's gone for a long time. And then she comes back on to make a lot of noise. And then she disappears again. I'll tell you, I don't get it. I don't get it. We're all about the victims. We're all about supporting the victim until it's a victim that they don't like. And the fact that his ex is now feeling comfortable enough to tell her side of the story, since he's been fucking lying for years to everybody about it. And now they're making her the problem, which to me is diabolical. Diabolical. Get this camera. I am hot and sweaty and deal with it. So I guess using their vernacular, using their definitions of things, using the way that they think. Since Mike has friends that are pedos, like friends, like in touch with them, and since there's the allegation, thank you, I see, since there's the allegation that he helped one hide information, hide proof of something inappropriate going on. And if I'm not mistaken, I do believe his ex even said there's an investigation in Indiana. And she was called. But, so we're not going to believe her, right? Because they don't like her. Because they're putting out facts about Florida Man, things that we have thought for a long time. But now that she can have a voice because he's no longer an issue, not that she's afraid of him. Now that's a problem, right? Right? I'll tell you. It's unbelievable to me. And you have these dumb broads that are still supporting him. Snark. Snark, based on what I've heard, you got enough issues going on in your life. Focus on your family. Remember, you've said that before, I do believe. Don't spend so much time on TikTok. Focus on your family. Focus on your family. It's not a good look. Not a good look. And I heard a little bit about Angry Birds Live this morning. I saw some of the comments in Discord. But again, the cicadas come back every 7 years. Unfortunately for us, for her, it's 8 or 9 days. They gotta make all the noise and all the things. But I'll tell you what. What I don't like lies being put out. Because when that happens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some truth out. And people won't like that. People won't like that. So that's why I'm feeling a little froggy today. You know, I've sat back and I've listened. I know I've behaved myself. I've been a very good girl. I've made some videos which I think are pretty good, quite honestly. Not mean. You know, nothing that, I've lied about. Funny TikTok videos the way it used to be. And what's going to happen is that you're going to have all these people that are riding so hard for him. And in the future, they will realize. They will absolutely realize that they have 100% attached themselves to the wrong person. And when that day comes, you'll see them step away. And let me tell you something. It will happen. Whether, he gets a decent length time in prison. They will forget about the days when he was on here sticking up for these dirty bitches. And TikTok will get old. And people will start going off of the app. Unless, of course, your monster, who says she's off the app, deletes her stuff, goes into a live, says, I'm not coming back, and then says, I may come back, and then less than 24 hours later, she's back. And if I'm not mistaken, she's the same one that had comments about me when I took some time off. Interesting. Interesting. No, what happened with her from listening is that, she needed her ego pumped up about as large as her lips. And everybody was fawning over her. Oh, I'm so glad you're getting off TikTok because now maybe I'll find a single guy that's not attracted to you and I can find a boyfriend. Or, oh, there's 58 people in here, Monster, that says we love you. Oh, we miss you so much. Oh, pump that air up. Pump that air up. Oh, they love me. They really love me. A la Sally Fields. Girl.
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 What's up?
These dirty bitches.
Oh, did I start a fire?
No, you know what? The fire's always been here, but the thing, some of the things you don't know about because you haven't been following this whole saga is this same group of people are the ones that always say believe the victims. And as I said, I don't know if you were in here. You don't claim to be a victim of anything because you've always said that, and it's been consistent that, you raised your kids and you have been raising your kids as a single mom. And you said yourself that, you're fine and all that. Um,
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm a victim. I
oh,
just choose not to be.
exactly. And that's, the other thing I said is, when you first came into my live last week, I had no freaking clue who you were. I mean, I really had no clue.
No, I'm
Um,
so annoyed that people are saying that you reached out to me. The only person that reached out, that tried to reach out to me, was one of their fucking people.
and that was like last year, wasn't it? Like last,
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Like I tried to look for messages between me and my sister and I couldn't find it. I think my sister only called me about it and my sister couldn't remember. So I want to say it was like 6 months ago or so.
yeah, yeah. And, you had made it clear, and I don't know if you just came in here, if you've been in here listening, but, I had said to people, for somebody who, um, how things ended with him and how unexpected it was and he just disappeared. Like you had every right to go off on him when you were in my live because it was the first live that you went in a box and you could have gone absolutely nuclear on him and you chose not to. you,
But
you took the high
please,
road.
please tell me where in anybody's live, in any of my posts, where I called him a bad parent.
You never did. In fact,
I,
that's one of the things that you pushed. You said when he was here, when he was here with the kids, he was a very good dad.
yeah,
But, now I think they're probably turning it into since, and I think you were in MJ's live and you showed some paperwork from 2023.
yeah.
Um, I think now the fact that you're bringing out things about him that are negative, that are more in line with what we've been saying about him. Now, all of a sudden, you're the problem because
Hmm.
you have information and you know things about him that nobody else knew. And these lug nuts don't want to hear about that. They don't want to hear about it because they have this idea of who they think Mike is. And that's who he is. And anything that deviates from that, the person's lying.
See, the thing is that I do not say anything that I don't have receipts for.
Exactly. But again, one of the things that you have to understand is these bottom feeders have been in lives with him for years now, where his motto is, we don't need to show receipts. When people make an allegation, somebody will say, oh, I have receipts to show it. Oh, you don't need to show them. That's always his thing. We don't need to show it. So many times he made allegations about me, and it was always like, where are the receipts? I don't need to show the receipts. Okay. Well, you know what? That's the problem, because when you have receipts and you show things, they don't believe that, but they'll believe somebody who says something that doesn't show receipts. Make that make fucking sense.
No, the thing is though, is that like I'm gathering that there's like some beef between some people and whatnot, and like I'm not involved in any of that.
Nope.
I will talk to any single one of you guys. I've talked to you, I've talked to MJ, I've talked to people behind the scenes. I jumped in Monsters Live and I
Uh-huh.
said, why don't you ask me who
Right.
summoned me? And she blocked me like a bitch instead of fucking coming, like, come on.
Well, actually, the phrase is dirty bitch, because really, these people are a little more than a bitch, in my opinion. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's diabolical. These women, I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't know what they're lacking in their life where they have to latch on to this three-wheeled horse-drawn carriage. I don't get it, and I will not get it. And it really doesn't matter what type of proof you show with these bohunks, but they will not believe you. They will not believe you. But
They don't have to. That's their prerogative. They don't have to, because you know what? They don't know my kids. They don't know me. They don't know Mike.
exactly. They think they do. They know the TikTok mic. They know the TikTok mic, and the TikTok mic is not who Mike is. And listen, I've said this, okay? I have given him credit based on what you said, that he was a good dad when he was home.
Listen. Here's what I'm about to promise you, Scammy. When your live gets to 100,000 likes, I am going to post something that's going to make all of them go wild. So start double tapping her live.
Oh my God. Uh-oh. Oh boy. And there it goes. Yeah, guys, double. I don't know what this is, but I'm curious. Absolutely. Absolutely. But just for clarification, because I want to make sure, unlike these dirty bitches, I want to make sure that I'm not misspeaking here. Now, I didn't hear the whole conversation, but did I hear it correctly that based on information that you found out, the reason why he disappeared, was it because of allegations against him, or the fact that he was helping somebody and was getting rid of proof about something?
Those are two different things. So, his brother confronted him about something with my daughter.
Okay.
He dropped the kids off to me and told me that because remember I said that
Your
he had
daughter.
them he had them when I worked, and I had them from the night that I got off until the night before I went back to work. And so we had like a 50-50 split with them. And then one day he dropped them off to me and says, the kids have to stay with you full time. And I'm like, okay, well, you could have given me a heads up so I could have made arrangements. And then he's like, you need to stop talking to these people. And I'm like, okay. And so then when I did eventually talk to them, they told me a ton of stuff that my daughter was saying while she was over there. And that was towards the end of 2019. He left in December of 2019, and we've never seen him again. Now I do want to clarify, and I did clarify in MJ's live. Excuse me. I went back through messages between me and him where we were still talking in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And he did pay a single electric bill that was $180.
What a
And then
good guy.
yeah, and then I asked him to help with clothes for the kids because they were outgrowing their clothes. And he's like, "Yeah, let me come up with some money, blah blah blah." And I said, "Okay, well, it's been a few weeks because I had already asked him about it."
Mm-hmm.
And didn't hear back from him again. This was October of 2020 that I asked him that, and I didn't hear again from him until April of 2023.
When your grandfather passed away, or your father passed away.
My dad, yeah.
Um, what can you, for the people that don't know about this, can you clarify for me exactly what you had said about somebody in law enforcement from Indiana reaching out to you?
Yeah. I can't really speak too much on it.
Right.
But yes, there is an investigation going on that implicates him. So
And that's current, right?
yes, this was just the other day.
Now, without telling me what it is, do you think that it's a solid case against him?
Against him, I don't know.
Against this other person?
Probably.
And in some way, Mike is connected to it.
Well, he
Ish.
helped destroy evidence, so
Okay. That's all. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. So, um, it's not unexpected. Oh, by the way, we're at 107,000. Just so
I
you
seen that they got there quick.
know. Um, it's not surprising to me that these low life swamp dwellers are making you the problem, because you are the problem, because you are putting out what some of the stuff that he's done that he hasn't been straightforward with his friends that he's lied to, and they don't want to hear that, and they don't want that information going out. And as I said, I'm not surprised about that, but again, these are the same people that say believe a victim. So I don't know. I'm lost about it. um, I think eventually these people will kind of realize that they've been manipulated. They saw what they wanted to see, without actually seeing the forest through the trees, because they have this type of bond with him, which to me, I don't get. I don't get it. So,
Yeah, I they're doubling down
mhm.
because they don't want to admit that they're wrong about
Exactly.
somebody.
Hmm. Hmm. I have not heard one of them. I have not heard one of them say, I can't believe Mike is a deadbeat dad. I have not heard that at all. I haven't heard any of them even say, as I did, just because I'm trying to keep it, perfectly correct. I can't believe Mike had allegations regarding his daughter. You never hear anything about that. All you hear about is that, they feel some sort of way about you because you're on here putting out truth about them, and they don't like that. And then you hear a lot of other lies that they draw into this whole story regarding me, bringing stuff that has nothing to do with him to try to do the old, as I like to quote from the show Friends, pivot. They like to pivot, and they like to pivot and get off topic and do the fade and do all the things, Snark. You know what I'm talking about. And they like to put up the smoke screen and turn and try to change direction.
I want to bring attention to the fact that all of his quote unquote victims, and I'm just going to say it like that, are the ones that have asked me, how are the kids? They're the ones that have said, do the kids need anything? What can we do to help with the kids? But all of his goonies
Goonies.
have blocked me,
And
haven't
why
asked about the
why
kids.
is that? Why are they blocking? That's the thing. Do they not want to hear the truth? I mean, I'm so confused about that. Why do they block you? They don't even know you.
There's a reason, and I stand by it. There's a reason he didn't want me summoned. Thank you, 13.
Yep. I'm telling you. We have become a country divided in a lot of ways, if you catch my drift. In a lot of ways, it's some group against another group. And this group doesn't believe that group, and this group shows proof and the others don't, and this person's lying and they aren't. And we've divided ourselves in so many ways just like that. And we are a society now where nothing has to be shown that's stated for people to have to believe it. And, sometimes just by saying something, people believe it. And I've been saying that now for months, if not years. And it's not going to change. And, you will find that to be the case. You'll post something and then, it'll be the old, oh, well, she's lying. Or my favorite, which Mike did a lot, is Mike was a very talented at making receipts, making fake receipts. And, he prided himself in that. And, there were many times he supposedly showed one, and it took all of about 8 seconds for somebody I knew to look it up and get verification that it's fake.
Oh, hold on. Someone needs to jump in the box and read all of Are You Serious' comments because they've apparently blocked me and I can't see any of them.
Wait, what?
They're adding somebody named Are You Serious? And I have not found a single comment of Are You Serious? So what is going on?
I have no clue. They got me
Oh,
out.
Breezy said she muted them.
Yeah. My mods are pretty good at that. When somebody starts popping up, usually what I do is if somebody wants to have a conversation, doesn't agree with something that's being said, I will give them the opportunity to come up here and talk because I think that's fair. They're in here for a reason. 99% of the time they're in here just to talk bullshit. But, I will give them the opportunity to come up. But what you find with these people is they are weak-kneed, spineless, dirty bitches. And they will not come up because they would rather put stuff in the chat where it's safe, where they can't get called out, than come up and have a conversation. So that's why, that's why we do what we do. Hold on a minute. I'm being told Snark is showing Samantha's husband's TikTok account.
I don't have a husband, so
I was going to say, I didn't think you were married, but okay, go Snarky. Go Snarky. It's like Christmas over there. Dumbass. Her ex-husband, her ex-husband. Who the heck knows? Well, I'm telling
well,
you.
they can show him if they want to, but just know that he's Sue happy. So
I get it. I get it. Well, this is the thing. I I used to be kind of flippant on this app, Samantha. I used to go off at a drop of a hat, and what changed me was something that your ex put out there about me that was disgusting and false. And I took some time off, and thank God I have a friend that threw me a life preserver and really saved my ass from a very, 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 very unhappy place. And I've learned what's important on this app and what's not important. And I have chosen many times now to just take a higher road because it's just not, most of the bullshit is not important to me. But I'm going to tell you what is important to me. And I have a real problem when people are harassing somebody for no other reason than for them putting out the truth. And somebody like Snark putting that information out, that's exactly what she's doing. Tell me something. I think I might know the answer to this. How would have Snark gotten the name of your ex-husband?
That I don't know. I don't even know who Snark is. So
Did Mike know what your ex-husband's name was?
yeah.
Hmm.
But the thing is, though, is that he turned out to be just like him. So
No, but everybody in the chat knows where I'm going with this. Oh, she said she talked to him today. What a shock. So
cool. I'll
my
go talk to him
question is
tomorrow.
this. My question is this, Snark. Answer this for me. You don't work even though you could. You're living on your granddaughter's state funding. You're living on your granddaughter's food stamps. Where the hell are you getting the money to call Mike when those phone calls are freaking expensive as hell? Now, we know the only time you are able to do that is when people send you money behind the scenes. So you got one or two things. Either you're using money that is not meant for phone calls to prison, or somebody's sending you money. Either way, you're a dirty bitch. So Snark is a very angry, an angry older woman who hates the world. She does not like our country. She is anti-America. She's anti anything that doesn't fit what her opinions are. And she's somebody that has, over the years, lost a ton of friends on this app for various reasons. She still hasn't found her footing again, and is trying to become an important creator on TikTok. But when you got 20 people in a live, when you used to have over 100, the math ain't mathin'. So,
Well,
do you
just
know that I'm sorry, go on.
let it be known that I do still have contact with my ex-husband, and I'll be letting him know that they were putting his
Putting his
business
on.
out there.
And I'll tell you what, if he would like her personal information, you let me know. I got it. I got you. I got you. So if he gets pissed that she's doing that, I'll hook you up if
Oh,
he
he'll be
wants to go
pissed anyway
ahead.
because he's a private person. So
Yeah, I will absolutely share information with you to give to him if he's ticked off that she's doing this. Because as I said, uh I have been very kind of even keel the last couple months. But it comes to a point where this bullshit is happening over and over. And, I'll sit by and I'll watch stuff and I'll hear stuff. And there'll just come to a point where I'm going to need to, speak on it. And as I said, you let me know. And if he is interested in finding out who she is, since she is so interested in finding out who he is, I'll hook you up with that information.
Yeah, no, they're barking up the wrong tree. They're not going to discredit me. And honestly, I don't care what they think. Like that, I don't care what anybody thinks because you know what? At the end of the day, this is their fantasy. This is their pretend world. This is
Right.
my real life.
Exactly. Exactly. But
Like
that's the thing. Go
who
on.
in their fucking right mind, Scammy, would come on here and be like, "Oh, I'm Mike's ex." That
Right.
looked bad on me.
Exactly. Exactly. But um, along the same lines, but I mean, either take it to a lesser degree or the same degree, however you want to deal with it. These are the same people that, um, with the stuff that Mike has done to people on this app, especially women, and the times where people have filed POs against him and lawsuits and all that kind of stuff against him, and they don't understand why, and they just
Someone I'm sorry.
it's
Someone
okay.
said, "How can they go after Samantha when Florida Man is this bad of a person?" Um, Crap. What was I gonna say?
I don't
Oh,
know.
how can they go after me when I have his kids? They're supposed friends and stuff, right?
Right, right, right. But again, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because Florida Man is their guy and he does no wrong. And that's where we are with him. He could go. What was the quote? I can go into Manhattan and off somebody, and I'd still get elected president. Mike could off somebody, be incarcerated for the rest of his life, and they would still support him because they would say that he was the victim of something. But that's the mo. That is the mo that they go with. And you know what? Listen, God love them. God, bless their hearts. They think that Mike is a great person, but mostly everybody on TikTok, except those handful of people, they know the truth about Mike. They know what he's like. They know his behavior. They know the things he's done to people on the app, off the app, and let them defend him. That's fine. So I see a couple people have requested here. People that have requested. I have two people. Did you guys want to come up, or were those mistakes? Okay, I'm sorry, Samantha. What did you want to add here?
What is that?
Do you want to add anything to what's being said, and
Um,
or are you full?
I was just sending a message to my ex-husband, so
Oh, oof, oof. Ah, snark. She would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for Scammy and those meddling kids. Damn, karma sucks sometimes. But listen, I'm not gonna, I'm sure you got stuff to do around the house. I'm gonna start doing some other stuff on here also. But, listen, keep doing you, don't be intimidated by these idiots on here. It's embarrassing, to watch these ladies, um, trip over themselves to be Mike's number one girl. I mean, it is really it's nauseating. And eventually they'll get it. They will get it, and we will just all sit back and watch the shit show when they come live, and they just sound like absolute morons for continuing, to do what they're doing with them. And that's my advice to you. Just sit back. There's no need to there's no need to reply to these people every time they say something, because it's that's what they want. I've learned that one good video or one good live, go nuclear and walk away, because it's just not worth it. So, well, I'm sorry. Go on.
Yep. No. I'm talking to my ex-husband now. So,
Oh,
you
well,
know, for all
I'll
those
drop you.
people,
I'm
for
sorry.
all, for all those people that think that, everybody has to have a bad breakup, a bad,
Right.
whatever. Like, y'all forget that, or they, not y'all, but they forget that I still talk to Mike into 2020,
Right. Right.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
and me and my ex husband don't have kids together and we still talk. So,
Right. Well, but that's the thing, these people, what they like to do is, when they don't know anything about you, or they want to find out dirt about you, they will try to contact family members, try to contact, exes, do stuff like that. But if that's the way that they want to go, eye for an eye is a thing. Um, I don't. I mean, if I did that, wow, it would be bad. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, keep us informed on that. And there are people in here that are looking forward to your video, the reveal post that you're going to make.
it's going to
Um,
be really funny.
well, we look forward to that.
So, my ex husband said, I said that his minions are trying to drag you into it. And he said, when they do, I'm down to play. I'm the last motherfucker he wants to fuck with.
Period. Well, there it is. And again, if he would like Snark's information, since she's trying to do the same thing, you ask him, and I will be more than happy, for legal purposes, for him to give it to him. Scam, you wanted to come up? Or I want you to come up, I should say. If Scam's still in here. So Snark hasn't spoken to him at all? Sure, Jan. Sure, Jan. So, well, listen, Sam, you're more than welcome to stay up here. If you got stuff to do, you can drop if you'd like. I'm really whatever you'd like. I really don't. Doesn't bother me either way.
Well, I'm gonna go jump in the shower because I actually like to make Facebook posts when I look decent, not like half these other women.
I think that's a great idea, and we all look forward with bated breath to see what you're going to be disclosing today.
Yep.
Appreciate you
All right.
coming up.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Talk to y'all
hon.
later. Bye.
Take care, Sam. Well, well, well. Hi, Scam.
Hey, it's been quite the morning already.
Yes, it has. And I'm actually going to start. I need to start grouting my floors here. So I will have. I have my. Obviously, I'll be listening and all the things. So you and I were talking a little in Discord.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think at some point they're going to get some other type of agenda? These bullshit allegations that they keep pushing with you and I, and you think they're ever going to come up with anything new?
I don't know.
Or is it just that they don't have anything else because there is nothing and they have to keep going with what they think is true and or what they think they know is not true, but that's all they got.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They'll probably still keep repeating the same things over and over again because I mean, Florida Man did the same thing. And then every now and then he would like throw something new into the mix or extra details to make it sound legit. So I'm thinking they're gonna do something like that because that's what he used to do.
Well, I have a great idea. And I was thinking about this. If I hold on, I'm putting my other phone on so I can read comments while I'm working. So I think that based on that, people want to keep putting out bullshit. Which is, listen, if that's what they want to do, they can do that. They can keep doing that shit. But what I think, as I said, is I think we should just keep putting the truth out about them. For example, why don't we do that live on Snark again and put all of her information out there again about all the shit that she's done? How about that? How about we remind people of, all the bullshit with the donations, all the bullshit with all the money that she got behind the scenes from people. How about we do that? Because, I've heard people say before, well, there might be new people here that don't know about it. Really? She wants to do this bullshit and she wants to keep up with these, allegations that she likes to say about you and me. I'm up for it. I am absolutely up for it.
Yeah, I'm just looking at a message someone sent me really quick. I think the screenshot I got is something that Snark showed online that she was messaging Samantha's ex,
Oh boy.
but I don't know.
Well,
I'm not sure of the context because I'm not, in her live, so I don't want to misstate
well,
anything.
as I find, and as I'm sure you find, is that, there's a lot of people on this app that look out for us, which I am so thankful for that, we have a lot of people, that do that. I'm sure we will get, screenshots. It'll be like Christmas, and we'll be able to, run that stuff by Samantha. And is it me or doesn't? I mean, hell, doesn't Snark have a husband still?
I think so. I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't think they're divorced, if I remember correctly. I mean, you know, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Hold on, I'm responding to Samantha. I think she's on her Huckleberry account. It's the word Huckleberry with like periods in between it. I think. I don't know. That's the one she was on earlier this morning.
Right.
And apparently, they're saying that she's showing messages allegedly between her and her ex-husband. And she was inquiring to him how old the children were.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's creepy as fuck. You know what? I have an idea, Snark. Why don't you do your research, and if you listened to any of the lives, Samantha said about her kids and how old they were at certain times. You weirdo. But I thought, kids were supposed to be left out of it, right? Isn't that what they always say?
Mhm.
I'll tell you, as if I think Snark just couldn't get more disgusting. It's like she surprises me. She surprises me.
So she reached out to Samantha's ex and is inquiring about the ages of the children.
Wow.
Apparently, is what I'm being told.
Allegedly, apparently.
Yes.
Now, I mean, I'm gonna go out on a limb, and I am going to say that there's a very good possibility that Snark herself or somebody she knows is in contact with her. I mean, would that be a safe guess?
Yeah.
So why not ask the father how old his kids are? I mean, maybe he forgot because, he hasn't been around. But I would think that would probably be a better way of doing it than being a dirty bitch. Uh-huh. I hear you.
Yeah, I don't know. At the end of her live earlier this morning, she said that she might not be on very much
Ah!
at all
Yeah.
because some about whatever. It's I don't know. She didn't want to be on the app much anymore. She just wasn't interested in it. And she said there was some kind of spring break for like the next week and she wasn't going to be on TikTok much. And literally, an hour later or whatever it was, she's live again.
Did she go to the monster school of I'm taking time off from TikTok? I mean, that's what it seems like.
Yeah. So.
Unbelievable. Well, no, believable. What am I saying? Well, as I said, we'll let Samantha and her ex-husband deal with that bullshit. You know, um, sometimes in life, when you do shit like this and you think you're going to do something, it doesn't work out real well for you. And I have a pretty good idea that Snark is about to find that out. I'm sure she thinks she had something big happening. Oh, I found her ad. Congratulations on that. That probably just is going to cause you some serious issues. You know? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Ah!
And I think I saw that Bilal was live very early this morning.
Ooh,
I don't.
Bilal.
Yeah.
Oh, Bilal.
I didn't
Ooh, Bilal.
I didn't watch it or anything. So I don't know if Pam was in there or what was going on. I didn't look at it, but I think it popped up that he was live this morning. So
Ooh, Bilal. Ooh, Bilal. 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 Sorry. Yeah, well, you know what? I could, good luck to those guys, I could really give a rat's ass about them anymore. But what I do If we decide to do that live on Snark again, which in my opinion was a banger, then we'll bring out some of those discrepancies that we had regarding some of her claims, and you know it'll be like Christmas. It'll be a celebration.
Celebration.
Yep. So for those of you looking, if you're seeing my grout and saying, Scammy, it's not the same color, you're right. Because of course, when I did my floors, was it 14 years ago? Um, I used a certain color grout that they no longer have, and I looked all over for it and couldn't find it. So what I had to do is get something kind of neutral, and then I had to get grout paint. So I have to repaint my entire floor with the grout in it. So good times, good times. Ugh. So, Scam, any comments that you want to make regarding the live that you heard today with Snark?
Oh, well, she's assuming that I'm friends with people that I'm not friends with and wasn't friends with. Like, it's
Yeah.
really bizarre that she thinks she knows who I'm friends with. I don't know how she would know that,
Well, because Snark knows everything. Come on now.
you know. So yeah, there's that.
Awesome. Well,
I'd like her, she thinks I'm friends with someone. I'd like her to prove that because there's only like really, you know, a handful of people that I'm actually friends with on
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah, of course. Yep, yep. And they're probably all criminals, and they're probably, all doing questionable things. And you know what I find really funny? This is something that, I get screenshots of, Amanda's lives when people, are saying stuff in her chat, or I get like audio clips of it. And it makes me laugh for a lot of reasons because these people that are these keyboard warriors in there that are absolutely, nobody, and they think that, what they have to say is important and people want to hear it. Those are the people, they think they know everything. They think, I love when they give opinions as fact. I saw a comment by somebody, and I don't know what it was based on. All I know is that somebody made some type of a allegation about something, or something happened to somebody, whatever. And somebody in the comments who I don't even know said, "Oh, I'm sure Scammy was behind that." What? Hey, these people better watch it
Well,
because
Pam is just proving herself to be the beggar and scammer that we know that she is and that we prove that
absolutely,
she is
absolutely,
because this is what all the beggars and scammers do, right?
yep.
They try to, come back at us
Mm-hmm.
and it's always like some bullshit allegations or some shit from freaking years ago that, you know what I
Yep.
mean? Nobody
Yep.
and I mean it just unfortunately like it they just deflecting, they're just deflecting, they won't respond to the legit proof or
Oh yeah.
evidence that we put out. We've asked for receipts for how long now and she's not been transparent and shown any of those, and they deflect on other people.
Yeah, it's just like I said.
And that's what they do. And unfortunately, it happened to another awareness creator last night with regard to Maggie Foster.
Oh yeah.
Um, yeah, they were, All for One went live last night and again had to, go through and explain. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to go through and explain, a situation that he had in his personal life that got drug onto TikTok 2 years ago,
Uh-huh.
and he shouldn't have to do that.
Yep.
He didn't bring that to TikTok, He didn't
Right.
discuss it on TikTok or anything like that. Oops, sorry.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
and and now he's here having to, it's something that was already discussed multiple times, already taken accountability for, already explained 2 years ago. And if people decided not to follow him over it, he was okay with that, and for him to have to keep going live and doing that, I mean, he got a lot of support in his live stream. It was nothing but support. People have respect for him, and they're going to continue to have respect for him, no matter what. And so, no matter what these scammers and beggars, including Snark,
Yep.
want to do and say, um, as long as we are true to ourselves and we continue putting out truth, facts, evidence, being honest with people, in our community,
Yep.
we'll continue to have mutual respect with, with
Absolutely.
our followers, and vice versa, and all of that. So, for people to be doing the kind of stuff like apparently Maggie, I think it was Maggie and one of her mods did last night, that was disgusting. And it's the same kind of crap that, Pam's trying to pull. It's a typical move. It's like it's part of the scammer playbook,
Yeah.
that once they get desperate, because Maggie's desperate right now. She's not getting many people in her lives. She's not getting as much money and all of that.
All the
Um, and all of that, and she's been like kind of crashing out over it and crying, and
Aw.
yeah, and this is what they do when it's kind of like a last ditch effort. They want to try to just personally attack, a creator, which is what they did to All for One, rather than, you know coming out with any proof or facts of anything that is actually a topic of discussion on TikTok.
Right.
They want to go personal, and and everything else, and drag people's families into it, and everything else, like
Yep.
ridiculous things. And that's what she's doing. She's
Right. And
basically
think
she's
about that.
basically doing a Maggie Foster right now.
Yep.
So congratulations, Snark. You are now in the category with Maggie Foster. I hope you enjoy your stay
Yep.
with her.
Yep. Well, listen. Um, one thing that um, one thing that I am very proud about is that I have made mistakes on this app, and I've taken responsibility, and I've apologized where it needed to be done. Um, all the stuff that we put out on Snark was 100% accurate and backed up by facts.
Exactly. And
We,
nobody's perfect. And I've made mistakes too. And I've apologized and taken accountability for things as well. Um, but that's the whole difference. When is the last time that you've ever heard Pam apologize or take accountability for anything?
never.
She acts like she's perfect, and we know that's not true. I mean, look how many lies we've caught her in. I mean, come on. I mean, can she take accountability for even just one or two?
No.
Like, damn.
Never. Never. And
And well, that
that's
and that
fine.
that that shows the difference, right? That shows the difference, of the type of, morals that we have, right?
Yep.
So, if people want to come after me for something that happened 2 years ago, again, that just shows I've already taken accountability for mistakes I've made. I've apologized to the people that, were affected by it. I know you've done the same thing with your situations. We're not sitting here continuing to double down on the stuff and insist that we didn't do anything wrong and that we're perfect, and and not take accountability. That's the
Yep.
difference.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know.
Oh, somebody just said that Sam's in her comments and Snark's talking shit to her.
Oh.
Wow.
Let's see.
Wow.
Should I
Yep,
put
you're
that
right,
on?
Big Tam. You are right, Big Tam. And I've definitely learned a lot. I think we all have.
You want me to
Snark is
put?
talking shit to Samantha, they're saying.
Oh, here, let me put it on.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Let's
That's
listen.
horrible. That is horrible.
But does it surprise you, really?
No. Yeah, you're right, T TikTok T.
Here we go.
And that's fine. You know what? If somebody wants to disagree, but to just spread lies and, you know, is ridiculous. Good morning.
You think that? Well, then she needs to get it together. I have all the posts that he made. I have our messages. I post them because you listen, lady. There ain't nothing you can do that ain't already been done, love. I've been here a while, involved in this same side of fucking TikTok.
Oh, Pammy. Hold my beer.
Yes. And before you get yourself caught up, girl, getting on the internet and accusing somebody of the crimes that you're insinuating is in fact a crime.
No, not when
No.
you're allegedly.
No.
If you didn't know that.
No.
There's Pam. She got her law degree. Everybody be careful.
We all heard the story switch. We all, and not just once, we heard it switch again today.
Switch? What?
We heard it switch again today, y'all.
And what was that? What switched?
Yeah, what was the switch?
She must have left because I accepted her request, but she's gone.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Again, y'all, it was a public profile that anybody can go look at.
Cool.
Why would you go look at it? For what reason?
His name is Mike Lepley.
Oh,
302 followers. These are all posts about her. Every single one of them about her. I didn't make these posts. He did. So she should take it up with him and not me.
Oh, okay.
All right, I gotta go. The bus is coming. Hi, Blau.
Oh, good
I gotta
thing
go. Gianna is coming now.
Good thing you're paying attention to your
And I'm
child.
not even. You guys, if you guys could just leave them the fuck alone, that would be great. Right, me either.
Wow.
Me either. I don't like it. And I probably, had it not been for that, maybe I would have kept my mouth shut. Maybe
Yeah.
I wouldn't have cared about it. But you can't do that, man. You can't. You cannot fucking do that. And at the same time, you're trying to make him, and this was my point, right? Every time you're out here trying to make somebody else worse, somebody else is doing the same thing to you, man.
Wait a minute. So she just.
And that is the internet in a whole.
So she just admitted Mike is bad, and somebody's trying to make him seem worse.
Everybody have a good Easter.
Thank you, Snarky. Wow. You heard it? You heard it from the Angry Bird's mouth, folks. Wow.
wow.
Well,
Right, Raid. You're exactly right. Raid in the comments says her and her ex had nothing to do with her and Florida Man. Like that's
right.
there was no reason to do that.
Listen, we know why she did it. She's
Yeah.
pissed because his ex is talking out about the way he really is. And these brain dead morons who will still support him after everything he's done don't want to hear it. And they will find anything to discredit her.
So the chat is saying that she was showing pictures of them and everything.
Wow. Did she show pictures of kids at all or no? I hope not.
I don't know, but someone else said Cassandra admitted to calling Sam's sister in Snark's chat.
Ha! Interesting. Interesting. So all this time, they're saying that I contacted Samantha to have her come into a live, which I didn't even know who she was. And
I didn't either. I just saw her comment and was like, someone in the comments is saying that they have kids with Mike? Like,
they're trying to make a federal case about that. Yet one of their own is the one that actually reached out to her. Dumbasses. And I think I'm not sure. I know there were a lot of people that said that I was lying about that. So, based on what she said, again, I'll be waiting for those apologies from people who falsely said that I did something that I didn't. I mean, there's such a list now of people that owe me apologies. I know I'm never going to get it. But
oh, I know, I'm not either.
I'm telling you.
Not holding my breath, that's for sure.
These bitches be wild. Be wild. I'm telling you. I am so happy and I am so proud.
Oh, I got you, Sam. Hold on.
Oh boy.
Oh, I think I can invite her.
I think you can.
Oh, she said, wait, hold on. Yeah, if you request, I can bring you up. Also, I have pending requests for Tracy, Kelly, and Jay Grandma. Did you mean to request? If so, please say box in the comments.
And thank you so much for taking care of this.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it very much.
Your hands are a little full.
Yeah, there. I appreciate it.
Okay, Tracy said no. All right. Yeah, yep, you're exactly right. Mike's continuing his online bullying through his minions. And if it's on record, it could be more trouble. Absolutely. I mean, this is kind of what happened after I had got the protection order. Even though he stopped harassing me, his minions were still harassing me. I call them the hate group. And that's the way they were referred to in court the entire time. And so, yeah.
You know what's wild? You know what's wild to me? What's wild to me is that, we all know the story of what you went through. We don't need to go through that. But the thing to point out here is you did everything you were supposed to do. You went to court, you brought proof, you proved your case, you won in court. Mike showed up, had no defense. He admitted he did all those things. Yet they still want to say, and I know Snark has been doing this, saying that it's all fake and that
Yeah.
it never
Well,
happened
I don't know
and you're
about her, but
lying.
she's saying that I'm weaponizing my protection order, which I don't even know what that means. It really. And she said, what else did she say? She said that she laughed at the letter that I wrote, and that it wasn't true. And everything in my letter was true. I literally have proof of every single thing that I said. And again, most of that's already in file at the Knox County Courthouse on a flash drive in their evidence for my case. It's still there. I had to upload it all to a flash drive.
I guess my question is this. Is she insinuating that it's all fake, but
I
the
don't know.
judge?
And like I said, he literally admitted to everything. He didn't,
No,
you know, it was like she looked at some of the videos, and they were ones where he doxed my house and my address, and the one where he filed the false police report, and there were some where he was falsely accusing me of different addictions, things like that.
Yep.
And she said, were these posted on your account? That type of thing. And he's like, yeah. She said, these are posted on an account called Florida Man. Is that you? Is this your account? And he said, yes. And she said, are you the only person that uses that account? He said, yes. And she said, so you posted these? He said, yes. He called charities and harassed the charities.
Yeah, I
She asked
remember him
him,
admitting that.
she asked him, did you do that? He said, yes. And she said, why did you do that? And he said, well, I felt like there needed to be transparency. And she said, why do you need to get transparency? Did you donate to where she was donating to or anything? And he said, no. And then she said, then why would you be calling the charities and harassing the charities that she donated to? And he really didn't have a response, I don't think, again after that. Or he just said transparency again or something like that. I mean, she just like blew off that whole answer because it was just, BS.
I
Like
think,
he literally, and he admitted to being in that Discord where there were discussions of physically harming me. He didn't make all the comments. Okay, some of the comments were made by other people. She was aware of that. He actually went and showed her his phone and showed her the Discord with a whole bunch of the messages and usernames, and was like, look, judge, look, and showed her like a bunch of the stuff. And I had a bunch of the screenshots too. I had screenshots of things he said and of things that other people said, but he was
yeah,
kind of he was the ringleader of it. At one point, he actually, his profile picture said Fentben on it, which was the name of the Discord, and he was encouraging people to join it. And I had
yeah,
a screenshot of that. And then she was asking him, why he started harassing me in the first place. It was a totally bullshit answer, because he said it was because I was somehow harassing Lisa Richard. And I never harassed her. I streamed her. Sure. I streamed her. I brought awareness on her. I posted videos. I did what awareness does, right?
yeah.
And I had a message from Lisa herself, um and it was a very positive message. It's on evidence, it's on file in the court, and she said she appreciated that, at least on my platform, that I didn't spread misinformation about her. She said that when people would give information to me, I didn't automatically just run with it, that I would always say, wait, that's not verified, we
Right,
can't
right.
state that as fact,
Listen, this is the thing, Scam, that people can't get through through their thick skulls. Okay. Again, and we'll do a quick little legal talk here. When somebody gets a protection order against somebody, let's say I were to get a protection order against Scam Slam, and I am given that protection order, and it's on the books. Scam Slam cannot talk about me, cannot be in a certain amount of distance from me, cannot post on me, cannot contact me, anything like that. That doesn't mean that I can't say, Scam Slam, you're a dirty bitch. I can
Mm-hmm.
say that because she does not have a PO on me. I can talk about her in my lives. She would have to get one on me in order for me to stop talking about her. So all these people that say, well, you keep talking about him, she has every right to, because now she has some protections. And at the same time, even after you got that PO, you barely talked about him.
No, I talked about, the only times I've really talked about him on my platform was the day that I got my PO, and then the day that, someone else got their PO. That was it. I
Right.
run an awareness platform, and that's what I talk about. And
Right.
that was, the majority of my content.
Right.
So
And I'm sure
it was like I got the protection order. I was hoping everything would, kind of end and I could just like move on with my platform free of being harassed and stalked, but it did still continue to a certain extent by his minions.
and I'm
Even
sure,
still.
listen, and I'm sure that you know, there were times where people would ask you something about it and you'd bring it up, which is again totally fine because you're allowed to do that. But you did not go on live night after night after night like he did and
Oh,
others did.
I never brought it up. I mean, somebody maybe asked me a question or something, and I would just give like a brief response and then kind of move on. It was never the focus of anything on my platform.
Right.
I would just answer the question and try to move it along to whatever I was already talking about. Because when I go live about the scammers, beggars, or whoever I'm bringing awareness to, I already have set things, kind of like a little, agenda in my head
Right.
of, or written down even sometimes of,
Right.
what I'm going to cover, what I need to remember, and make sure I show this screenshot or that screenshot or this video or that video, different points that I want to make sure I cover, and I want to make sure I'm doing that because that, again, that's my platform and that's been my platform.
Right.
But I did want to just kind of finish like, some of the other things that Lisa had said was that she had no issues with my platform. She told me I deserve my platform. I still have those screenshots
Yeah.
of her
Yeah.
messages,
Yeah.
and she even made a joke because she could be funny at times. Okay. As
Absolutely.
bad as things
Absolutely.
went, were with her. She even made a joke and said, "Hey, if you ever need a co-host, I could be a really great co-host on your platform." Ha ha
Right.
ha.
Right. Right.
And she knew that that was not going to happen, right?
And listen,
But she made a joke about it.
real TikTok tea. So
Right, right, real Tea Talk. I didn't slander him. I didn't defame him. I wasn't insulting him. I never made any like memes about him. Like, I've never called him any derogatory names online. I didn't go on
nope.
some kind of rant and call him a bunch of insults. Like,
You
that's
didn't.
not even the kind of person I am, So, I don't do that to anybody.
Nope, you didn't. I've been
Although
around
I
the
got
whole
pretty
time.
mad at, although I got pretty mad at Colton Lexus last night, and
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
need to
call him
watch
any
it.
names though.
I
But
need
I
to
was
watch
told
it.
that I'm a devil and that I'm gonna have curses on me.
Hey, that's
They,
cool. I'm the
they,
devil too.
Scam would even, I don't know if you mentioned this. I don't know how I ended up in a box either. So, I don't know. But I remember they would attack Scam, and she would go in trying to defend herself,
Right.
and six people, including him, attack, going after Scam, attacking her, and wouldn't let her reply. Wouldn't, it's, I mean, I couldn't do that, but yeah, because I can't do box to box. I'm not a, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was ridiculous back
Yeah, I
then.
mean they'd be accusing me all kind of wild stuff. That I sent Lisa money or that I was gifting her. Like none of that. None of that happened. That I was running the like intercept cash apps. I never did that. That was other people. And it wasn't even what they said it was. Like they had no understanding of what that even was.
Yeah.
Like it was just what, like just all kinds of wild stuff, all kinds of wild stuff, and they're still saying wild stuff. They're still saying wild stuff. Spread Love was in Colton's live last night, and she said that I sent you the comment, Scammy. She was in Colton Lexus's live last night, and she put my first name in there, which I told him my first name. Okay, he said, "What is your name? Are you willing to tell me?" And I said, "Yeah, it's Lori." And he's like, "Is that really your name, though?" And I said to the chat, "Look, everybody out here knows already because I've been doxxed. Everybody here on this side of the chat, isn't my name Lori? You all already know because I've already been doxxed. My name's been put out there." And
And your
everybody's like,
last
"Yes,
name
yes, yes," because they already knew, right?
and Scam, your
And
last name is Grasso.
Yep. Yeah.
and then and then
We doxed
so
ourselves.
yeah, we did. Yeah, we
No.
did. So, we back when he doxed me and put my house on a video and all that, and my address and my neighbor's house, like we all, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I was like, my name is Lori. So, but anyway, Spread Love was putting my name over in his chat, and I have screenshots, and she said something to, she was trying to get Colton to repeat her comments. So she was like, tell her that I'm going to put out information about her harming a child. What?
Ridiculous.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
No, and then there was something else. I sent you the screenshot. I forget what it is right now, but something else that she was gonna say. I don't know, something that she was gonna make up about me. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen, spread love to me is just.
Oh yes, they said ask her about Anthony, and I'm like, who's Anthony?
Ask who
I
about
don't know.
Anthony.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Ask spread love about Anthony. I don't know. I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
To me, spread love is just. I mean, she is such a non-issue anymore. I
Like, I
mean,
don't have any friends or family members or anything like that named Anthony. I don't know anybody offhand with that name that, like, no idea.
yeah,
No idea.
she's a non-issue.
Oh, and then
Because
apparently she was also saying that she's my mom or something. I don't know. It was wild. It was wild. 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 Oh,
listen,
yeah. Her in Glory Hole.
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Thank
it's
Thank you.
you.
Yeah, her
it's
in Glory Hole, because that Glory person who's like a mod for, and she's like Spread Love. A lot of people think they're the same person, but they're not. Okay, but she's just like Spread Love, but she hangs around being a mod for like Jordan Paul and Colton and who else? You guys know. I forget, but she's a mod for like a whole bunch of the scammers, and she's been like posting and like doxing people. Oh, she used to be a supporter of Psychic Natalia. Oh, thank you, Big Cam. She
thanks
she
for
used to
sending those
be
to everybody.
a big supporter, I think, of Psychic Natalia, because she started off by going after people who were like bringing awareness to Psychic Natalia, I think,
Mm-hmm.
and she started like doxing those people. Oh, a big Gabby supporter too. Yeah, well, Spread Love, I think, was at one point as well. Yeah, Natalia. Yeah, and Sheena, right? No, I don't believe that they're the same person at all, because Spread Love's been around a lot longer, and she's never been involved with the Natalia stuff at all. I think they're just both the same kind of weirdos.
Devious,
I definitely do not believe they're the same person.
Yeah,
vile people.
you can file them. You can file them into the weirdo category for sure.
Into the
Yeah.
vile people
But I mean,
category.
I just got myself. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying them out first time. Not
Woo!
bad.
Look
Not
at
bad.
you.
I finally found an
Thank you again,
online.
Big Tam. That was very nice.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yes, that was sweet. Thank you.
I finally found a glasses place where they actually do it right the first time. It's online, and they actually get it to you within a couple days and not like 4 weeks from like, a foreign country. So I'm pretty
Hold
proud.
on,
Nice.
wait. Is that Jackie in the chat?
I don't think
Yes.
is that Jackie? Yeah, that's Jackie.
Does she know about the post on
I don't think she does.
TV remote?
Let me
Oh
call.
yes,
Because
yes, you have
I
to
don't think
show.
she's following that account. So
Yeah,
I
a
don't think
remote
she
even
saw it.
said remotes. Oh, did you see it, Jackie? Remote even said that they didn't think that you were following them.
Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Oh, she's
Mm.
like, who? I lost the TV remote.
Hold on.
Did you?
I think I
You
can
sh-
pull it up.
you should show everyone the series. You know,
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I
they
was
make
like,
my day watching them.
Jackie, you had a video made about you, but it's good. It's good. It's good. It's not
Yes,
anything bad.
they're
Um,
funny videos. They make our day when we see them.
Hold on. My thing might go on. It might go on mute for a minute because
Kristen, it's funny. It's funny.
I want to try to download that video so I could show it to Jackie. Hold on a minute.
I'm gonna accept her in the box.
Ball sucker. Like, let me see if I can.
Welcome back.
Jackie, let's see it. I don't give a shit.
Sorry, so dealing with some shit here on the back end. So I was trying to be nice, but people love to bring the feral side of me out.
Oh, we know
Uh-oh.
that. Feral Tracy knows all about that
I
too.
do. I do.
She does, especially
do.
when she doesn't have her coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, here, hold on. Let me show this video real
So
quick.
that stupid bitch. Yeah.
Oh,
Hold on, Samantha. Let me show this
It's quick.
before I
yeah.
forget.
All right, watch Jackie.
Hold on, I gotta flip my camera.
It's
Okay.
cute, Jackie.
Okay, Jackie, this is hilarious.
How you doing, huh? Take a look at this. My brand new roast beef meat coitins. Yeah, you heard right. Look at that marbling, the sheen. Nothing classier? I had them hung. How you doing, huh?
Let's
Take
show
a
it one
look
more
at this.
time.
My brand new roast beef meat coitins. Yeah, you heard right. Look at that marbling, the sheen. Nothing classier? I had them hung. How you doing, huh? Take a look at this.
That's you, Jackie.
Your videos make our day. So
I like how I got the Coitin right too. The
Acquaintance.
Coitins. Love it, love it. I'm sorry. Sam, what were you saying?
You're good.
No.
Running to the store because I need an actual monster, not some fake persona monster.
Ah, yes. Good one. Good
Um,
one.
yeah, so I was trying to be real nice. I was trying, and now I'm not.
No. You try to take the higher ground, and it gets to a point where you can't do it anymore.
No,
Can't do it.
no, not at all.
You
Yeah,
didn't
you
want to
can't
get.
reason with people who are unreasonable. Like, it just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I haven't had contact with my ex-husband in 3 months. I block him on everything. And I kind of did. I told him kids are in danger because of these people, and he didn't care. Hold
wow.
on, I'm in the store.
I wonder, Scam, does she know what Snark was posting or something? I've been working, so I've missed a lot.
Does she know what?
What Snark was posting, what Scam said?
We know that Snark was posting information about her ex. Yeah.
Yeah, does she know? I didn't know if she knew. That's shouldn't.
Yeah, give me just a second to pay, and
Okay.
then I'll
No. Take your
let
time.
it all out there.
Yeah, she showed his TikTok handle.
What happened? Who put me in the video?
That was. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see anything.
You didn't see it.
No,
Hold
because
on.
Scammy was frozen.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Keep your pants on there, lady.
All right. Who who did
It's
it?
a
Cammy?
no.
This is the person who's been making a lot of videos about Mike and the people that support him, and I'm proud to say has made many videos about my Ruby.
Oh, I
So,
don't know who it is.
well, here, let me show you. This is a classic. Can you see this?
Yeah, I see the face. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
How you doing, huh? Take a look at this. My brand new roast beef meat coitins.
Tell her to
Yeah,
go
you
fuck
right.
herself.
Look at that marbling. Nothing classier?
There
I
you go.
have.
Look at
How
her.
you doing, huh? Take a
At
look at
least she made me look
brand new
normal.
roast beef meat
You
coitins.
should definitely follow that account or request because
Nothing
they
classier?
are hilarious
Huh?
videos.
Take a look at
What's
this.
what's the name on the account?
I think
Remote,
they're
are
in
you in the
here
chat
still.
remote? If you're in the chat remote, can you say hi so Jackie can follow you?
I'm sitting outside in the sun. I can't see nothing.
Or maybe they can send Jackie a request, and then
they're
Jackie can just follow back.
there the person is, Jack. I lost the TV remote.
Yep.
Oh, you requested
Oh,
her?
okay. I lost the TV. Okay. I think she requested me, so when I get off, oh yeah, here
That's
she
what
is.
she
Okay.
said.
They have a
Okay.
series going on of Rubes pregnant with pups, and it's so cute.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
I followed her.
it's very entertaining.
Well, at least she made me look pretty, at least.
Hey, Jackie, don't be talking like that. Uh-oh,
She
there's a
made,
special announcement.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh,
uh,
let's look. I have a feeling
They
Ruby
said
might have had her
look.
puppies. Let's see.
what? I'm working on the AI, LOL.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
I lost the TV remote.
Oh, they're getting married.
Oh,
Oh, how cute.
At least Roscoe's making a legit woman out of her.
yeah.
You know?
That is very cute.
You should see the other videos are hilarious of
Yeah.
FM and us. Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jackie.
well,
Jackie, when you
what?
when you have your appointment on Friday,
No, I
that's when
gotta
I want
go.
you to. What was that?
This Friday I go for
Right.
the dreadful chemotherapy.
I know. I know. But
Oh God.
you know what you do, Jack? Wait to watch all these videos until you go there Friday so you're entertained.
Oh, I'll put them on over there. It
Yes.
goes fast because this chemo is gonna be a short one. Because
Yeah, that's good.
I haven't had it since January because I was
Okay.
sick the whole month of February. So this one will be a short one, and then every other Friday after that it'll be 3 hours. Oh God,
Okay.
three
Well,
hours.
take some time and watch those videos during your Friday appointment because you'll be laughing the whole time.
Yeah, I am gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it when I gotta be there for like 10 o'clock in the morning, so damn early.
Yeah.
Jeez. And
Well,
that's the story, Scammy.
yeah.
Everything else is done. That radiation is done. Thank God.
Good. Good.
That was like a horror.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. You can't do nothing.
Yeah. Well, keep fighting the good fight, my friend.
Yes. Yes. Don't
Yeah.
stop. You got this.
Let me
You're
tell you, it's
almost
just
done.
Sending you
I don't
praise.
know. I got to the I think it's in the middle of April that
Okay.
I go for chemotherapy.
Okay.
And I'm hoping I'm done after that.
Well, if you
Because
are, we'll have a celebration.
Yes.
yeah,
It'll be
yeah.
like Christmas.
So we'll see what happens, and that's the story.
Okay.
So
Keep us informed. Do me a favor, Jack. Can you send your address again because it was a little confusing.
okay, I'll send it.
With the numbers. I remember I'm not from New
Okay, so
York. I'm from Connecticut. I don't understand the streets east west north
okay, so
54th at
Really?
3. I don't get
the
that stuff. So
my address has 1, 2, 3. My address has 5 numbers in it. 3 in the beginning, then a dash, then 2 more numbers, and then 72nd Avenue is the street that comes up.
okay.
I'm off.
I
I'm
will
off a
make
little.
sure I have that correct before I send it to you. Because I don't want to send some stranger what I'm going to
Yeah.
send you.
Yeah. I can't. My phone must have uploaded, so I can't really do anything. So I'll send it in a message.
Okay.
On your TikTok thing, I'll send it in a message because I can't get it on the email. I don't know why.
Okay, Jack. Do
So I'll
that for me.
just So the first 3 numbers, then there's a space, and then there's 2 numbers, and then
Okay.
the avenue,
Okay.
72nd Avenue.
Okay. Got
Okay.
it. Got it.
All right. Thanks, Cam. Okay. Go
Thanks,
ahead.
Jack.
Okay, I'll be down in the chat.
You have a good day, honey.
Thanks,
Yes.
Jackie.
Have a good day, Jackie.
Bye, guys. You too. I don't know how to get out of here. I swear.
I'll kick your ass out of there. Don't worry. Okay, before we go on, because I do want to hear what Samantha has to say.
Yep.
Farrell Tracy, am I staying within the borders of centering myself? Am I deviating from my inner peace?
No,
Okay, that's all I want to know.
you got it. You got it.
Thank you.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
Samantha, tell us everything.
So I was trying to be nice. I was trying to not air his shit out there too. But there is, in fact, a worse narcissist than Michael Kinney. And it's Mike Lepley.
Uh-oh.
That
Uh-oh.
he is nothing but an abusive alcoholic.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Wait.
I
Oh.
have videos of this. I have videos where he's said he has cheated on me 2 times. I have videos, which I posted, where he kicked the door in when I tried to stay the fuck away from him.
Well, wait a minute. So, am I to assume that he actually had conversations with Snark?
Looks like it.
Oh, boy.
God.
And he's the one that always plays the victim.
Oh my god.
Wow, that sounds familiar. What is it with guys named Mike?
Right.
Well, actually, that's his middle name. That's his middle name.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, boy.
He hates his first name.
Don't
So,
put it out. Don't put it out.
oh, I'm not going to.
I mean, you can put it out on your
I want
platform.
to
Don't
because
put
the
it.
shit's fucking funny. The
Don't
shit's fucking
don't
funny. His parents
don't put
did
it on my platform.
in an injustice. But the, how would Mike Kinney, how would he feel knowing that that man made his daughter cry in a public restaurant because she didn't like the food that she got?
I don't think Michael Kinney would care, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
No, he probably would. See,
Yeah.
that's the thing though. He cannot be around but not let people do shit to his kids. And then for her to reach out to my ex-husband, who is worse than Mike Kinney. In
Yeah,
the video
but
I posted, he threatened my child.
Is
yeah.
your ex single?
Yeah,
Hey, Snark!
him and Snark will trauma bond.
Yeah, but you know, kids should never be involved. That's one thing, she should never have brought in your kids or discussed the kids.
Yeah, well,
We know how she is,
yeah, Jesus. Well, you know what? Uh, why, listen, she did what she did. She'll have to pay some type of, there'll be some blowback for that. Don't worry.
No, he doesn't wear hair plugs, but he fucking should.
Oop.
Oopsie.
Did he contact you after Snark,
No,
contacted
no.
him?
To tell you what's worse is that I literally told him that my kids are in danger right now, and somebody has reached out to him. And then I found out he was already messaging that person. He doesn't care. Like, legitimately, I'm in contact with his ex-wife. I'm not putting her name out there.
No.
But, I'm in contact with his ex-wife before me.
Yeah.
And he was the same way to her. Made her quit her jobs because he's so insecure. Like, that man, he's every bit of 5'5". He's 1 inch taller than me. And legitimately has the body of a fucking toddler. So, small man complex at its finest, making me quit a job because men work there.
Oh, little insecure.
Yeah, financially abusing me. If I didn't do what he said, he would go get a paper check so I had no money to pay bills while I wasn't allowed to work.
Wow. Didn't Mike do that same thing to you?
Sort of, not as
With
bad.
child support from your.
Sort of, not as bad. But yeah.
Well, let Snark do her business. She's gonna do it anyways. Um, everybody knows what she's all about. But I'll tell you this: she's got a husband that she doesn't know where he is, and yeah, she never got a divorce because, from what I saw, she was telling him, if you want a divorce, you have to pay me X amount of dollars, and he never did that, so he just disappeared.
Yeah, no. My ex-husband is an abuser, and although he never put his hands on my kids, he did try to fight my oldest son.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
There were charges against him for domestic violence, and he convinced me to drop them. So,
Ugh.
Good one, Stock.
And it was when he was a minor?
no, he had just turned 18.
Ah, okay. But still, okay.
Yeah,
Good
but
one,
still,
Stock.
he has his own kids won't have anything to do with him. Like, not a single word. They won't reply to him. They won't see him. Nothing. So for him to sit there and try and lie to somebody to make it seem like he's got the inside, no, he doesn't.
So you think that he's playing her,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you have proof that you can, if she puts anything out, that you can prove that.
I have tons of videos.
That's
Tons of
the best.
videos.
That's the best way of shutting these idiots up, is when they try to paint a picture of you, and then you have like ironclad showing them that the person's full of shit.
Yeah, no.
Game over.
Dude, I have videos of him falling over drunk so bad. He had destroyed the house. Then he went and took pictures of the house saying that I didn't clean it. You fucking destroyed it.
Wow.
So then, I also have a video where I was trying to be nice and help him because he couldn't even stand to use the bathroom. So he fell backwards in the tub with his pants around his knees.
Tell me something. What is it with guys and you and them not liking to use the bathroom?
I have a picture where he pissed all over his own clothes.
Mm.
Like, come on. These are the type of people that they support. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, we never said they were good judges of character. That's for sure.
No, but they've twisted my arm because they want to act like that. They they want to try and get information about my kids who I've tried to keep private and everything else. So now I will be talking to the authorities about everything that I know. So just watch those charges go up.
Oh boy. But what you're saying is Mike's friends may have now.
We got actually Lori on the phone with us. She's the one that has
Scammy, I have to drop. I have to take an urgent phone call. I apologize.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh boy. So, well, you know what? So, as I said, so it seems as though Snark might have bit off a little more than she could chew, because now, based on what she's doing, there could be some issues. There could be some issues.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
not a good one. I mean, let's face it, there was absolutely no reason to contact him. None. He's your ex. He's got nothing to do with you in terms of anything on this app. You talk about going real life. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I mean, she had to find him. And I'm telling you what, again, how would she have found out the name of your ex-husband.
By Mike?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, then there's something there that is a little bit inappropriate considering he's sitting in a prison right now or jail waiting for his case, and he's giving out information that could quite possibly harm you and the kids.
No problem, because you know what? I'm not writing a letter. I'll be a witness on the stand. I want him to look me directly in the eyes when I tell them that he has had nothing to do with his kids and that his friends are pieces of shit.
Yeah, well, I think one good thing that you will be able to see based on, now that you're on this app is seeing those letters that people have written for him and putting a face and seeing what their actions are. Because out of anybody, having, you on a stand, considering he tried using your kids as a way to get a lower bond, saying that he has two, what are they called? Two, he's responsible for two people. Yeah, that is more than a reason to show just what a liar he is and how he'll do anything to try to save his own ass.
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry, unfortunately, I'm not surprised. I may have even said something to you that night about, they're probably gonna go after you and this and that because, again, they will do anything to try to protect King Mike and protect who he is and his persona on here. They will never admit that he's a POS. But, like you said, maybe this in turn is going to help the people that he's hurt because especially with what Snark did today. She's doing dangerous shit now. So
Yep.
hope you're happy with that, Snarky Poo.
Yeah, here's a text from my ex-husband's ex-wife. Mike is just hopeless. He is too small and petty a person to do the right thing.
Well, sounds like there's more. There's going to be more to this story, huh?
She's not going to come live. She's a very, very private person. She's not even going to come on TikTok.
I wouldn't even I wouldn't even talk about her just because you don't want to bring another element into this bullshit. But jeez, I'll tell you, what a fucking mess. But just stay on your topic. What was Snark saying that your story changed?
My story changed?
Yeah,
Where?
she said, I don't know. She was talking. Uh-oh. You got a violation. I got to drop you.
I did?
Yeah.
For what?
It says live content contains themes that some may find uncomfortable.
She can bring you back up.
Matt, you know what? Screw it. I'll keep you up. I don't care. No, Snark was saying, I think it was after you left. She said that, well, we know what type of
It
person.
says bullying and harassment. Where did I bully and harass somebody? So
Yeah,
who reported me?
Yeah, they're just reporting you. Yeah.
Or, I mean, it could be that. It could be, AI picked up something that's not accurate. But, no, I mean, you could stay up. I'm not going to drop you. What was I saying? Oh, no, Snarky Poo said something along the lines of, well, you see how her story's changed already. from a couple nights ago to today. So I have no clue what she's talking about.
Which is what? Where more information has come out, not less?
I don't know. I have no clue. But I'm not exactly sure what she was talking about, and quite honestly, I don't care because I don't believe a damn thing that she says. But listen, keep it. I wouldn't. I just wouldn't entertain them. If it has anything to do with your ex and all that. I mean, you know where he stands now. So I wouldn't even. I wouldn't even bring anything up about him.
Who was trying to get me in a box? Donna said she was trying to get Sam in a box.
I don't know.
Because when I jumped over in her live and I requested, did anybody not see where she said that she wasn't going to bring me up and I wasn't going to tell her what to do in a live?
Isn't that amazing? It's like these are the same people that will invite people. What the hell? That will invite people in a box.
I requested multiple times.
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I know.
After I left her live, of course, because she felt safe.
Yep. Ay, ay, ay. Well, you know what? I wouldn't entertain her. What she wants now is she's going to want this back and forth. It's just not worth it with some of these people. Snark is somebody that she's not even worth it. I mean, she's always going to ride or die for Mike. I am, pretty confident that she is in contact with him again because, I know there's ways to find people's relatives through, these different types of apps and all that. And it could very well be the case, but I find it a little ironic that, all of a sudden she knows, what your ex's name is. And, now that you've brought out that, there were some issues and you had charges and then you dropped them, she better watch her P's and Q's because that group especially is very supportive of people that have been in situations that might cause harm to themselves. So again, if she continues with that, then she is as bad as the people that they talk about being horrible people. So good for you, Snarky. Well, if anybody has anything to add, that would be wonderful. If not, I am going to get off here because I need to finish up a couple things in the house. Sam, I want to thank you for putting your truth out there. There are always going to be people on this app that believe you. There are always going to be people that don't believe you.
Yeah.
And you just have to understand that, Jesus Christ himself could come into my live, take a box and say, Samantha's speaking the truth, and they still wouldn't believe it.
Yep.
Just remember that,
I'm with
I've,
receipts and there's nothing I can't back up.
right. So Inquiring Minds, did you have time to post that on your page yet?
No, I didn't even have time to get in the shower before they were sitting there saying,
yeah, that's right.
Box.
Well, we will wait with bated breath as you do that some time this afternoon. And, good luck with all this bullshit on here. Stay true to yourself and what your story is. And, don't let these swamp bottom feeders, take away your sunshine here because
Yes.
they do have the ability to do that if you let them,
Yeah.
Ooh, Smash is live.
But proud of you
Wow.
for speaking up, though, too, just like they
Yeah.
are saying in the comments. So,
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody that was kind enough to give gifts today to the people in my boxes. I
yes,
appreciate
thank
that.
you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
I'm going to lawyer up and provide all that information. So
But
I
yeah,
think you should.
got to
I
come up
think
with
you
the
should.
money because I don't get child support. So
Yeah,
stay
imagine that. I
strong.
wonder why.
Stay strong though. You know, don't let them get you down or anything. We've seen a lot of it happen to a lot of people on this app. So,
Yeah.
all right.
But, you know, Mike was the best at it. These people are
Yes.
just like annoying gnats flying around your ear. You know, don't let them bother you.
Yes, exactly.
But listen, guys, everybody have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you again for gifting the people in the boxes. Appreciate that. Thank you, mods, for doing your thing. You know, you were a little busy today in there blocking all the filth. And thank you, everybody, for coming in today and listening to the live and watching me grout. It was very exciting, I know. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Stay good to yourself, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
You
Goodbye,
have
guys.
a good one. Bye.